once again with Friday Night Tech Talk. Good evening, folks. Mobile Geezer here with our weekly Friday Night Tech Talk. If you're new, we do this every Friday night, going over some of the tech stories from the last week. And of course, we do this Friday night from Eastern Time in the U.S. and wherever you are in the world. I'm glad you're here. And I found out this week we've got European and Philippine and some everything in between Americans watching from California and Jersey and Texas. And here's Vince. Vince, glad you're here. First one in, as usual, was Eleanor. So she got in and wished everybody lots of fun and enjoy your weekend. Renz came in. I'm guessing Renz is probably going to be on his way to work soon. Brian got in here good and early. I was very appreciative of that. So let's see, where are you, Brian? Yeah. And Vince, right on time. You've been really, really timely here lately. Glad to have you here, brother. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. And hope you like our stories. Pass it along to your friends and family, and give it a like in YouTube, and also on Facebook if you watch them from Facebook. All my broadcasts are live from YouTube and Facebook. So, if you can see the banner that's going across that bottom of the page, I wanted you guys to know that I would have started with the Google event, but due to a special request from Mike, the Google event will be covered towards the end of the stream because Mike wanted to be sure to get in on it. He said he was going to have to work late today, but he asked me to move the Google event towards the end of the stream. So that's what I have done. And so we'll wait for him to get in. Meanwhile, we have some what I think are pretty interesting stories, so we'll just continue there. And of course, if you're new here, you can follow the stories every week on my webpage. Let me share the screen. Where is my? I'm not seeing my share screen. That's unusual. Wait a minute. Present. It's a new, they call it present, and share screen is under there. Okay. So if you want to follow along in the show notes, just go to mobilegeezer.wordpress.com, click on today's date, which is going to give you all of this week's stories, and you can follow along with everything we have. And let's see. Will is in here. Good. Will says he'll be on. Glad to have him here. That's very, very good. I'm sure he's going to have some choice things to say about Google. And Days One is here. Welcome, brother. Always glad to have you here. So it looks like at some point today we'll have Will and Mike. So I will keep an eye out to let you guys know when they come in. And all right, I'm going to give you a preview of what we're going to be covering. So since we're covering the Google event last, because of Mike, I started with Elon Musk, and he and Twitter seem to be on again. So that's developed into a very interesting story again. After that, we'll be, we've had a few stories talking about whether or not Apple will be going USB-C. Well, this week, EU voted absolutely that it has to be done by 2024. So we're going to go over that, see how it affects Apple. And Eleanor says, hey, Will, we missed you. Yeah, we always do. That's for sure. And then I found an interesting story. I try to give you some stories that you're not going to get every place else. And former Uber security chief, is he headed to prison because he was guilty of covering up a real big data breach actually 2 data breaches at Uber, so he might be spending some time in prison for it. So far, no executive has had that happen yet, but it seems like it's getting closer. You got to think it's going to happen at some point. So, and then I had covered a few weeks ago that the Attorney General in Arizona was suing Google for tracking people's phones. Well, Arizona has won that, and Google is going to be paying an $85 million fine. So we'll be going over that. Then we'll go over the Pixel 7 phones that came out yesterday, and we'll go over the watch. So that will be once Mike and Will get here. So let's go back up top. And I will start with Elon Musk. And this is kind of a serious story and kind of a long story. And let's see. There's one says, I'm going out to Best Buy soon to check it out. Okay, yeah. I didn't order, or I'm definitely getting the watch. I'm probably not going to get the phones since I'm still very happy with my Pixel 6 Pro. But I'm probably just going to wait for it to show up at Best Buy and get it there. And I'll probably want to get a custom band too, even though a couple of the custom bands won't be coming out until next year. But I gather there are 4 bands you can get right now. So I think I'm just going to get mine at Best Buy. See, Days One said he might trade in one of his Pixels. Yeah, this year I just decided I'm not trading any of my phones in, so I'm going to afford what I can afford, and what I can't afford, that's going to be that. And Brian says, can you trade in more than one phone at Best Buy? Not that I'm aware of, Brian, but I haven't checked, and since I'm not planning to get the phones, I haven't checked at all, so I haven't even gone into Best Buy to see anything. And there's one says he's never tried. The only place I've ever seen that they allowed you to trade it in more than one was Samsung last year. I don't even know if they did it this year. Anyway, give it a shot and let us know next week. All right. So we're going to go on to Elon Musk. And I've got this on. Wait, got an answer from Will. Will said you have to trade them in separately. I guess that means you have to trade them in on buying 2 different devices. Not sure what that means, but he'll be in here so he can tell us exactly what he means. So you can trade stuff in for store credit. Oh, okay, you can get store credit. Yeah, I know that they're offering a $100 gift card if you get the 7 right now, and a $200 gift card if you get the 7 Pro. I'm not planning on either, but of course, once Black Friday rolls around, we'll see what develops. But right now, I'm just excited to get the watch. So, all right, now I'm going to try to get to Elon Musk, and I got this on Time, no less. Time.com, of course. So, Elon Musk wants to buy Twitter again. Here's how the platform could change. And that's by Nick Popley. So let's get into reader view, see if we can get rid of some of these ads. Okay. Twitter could be about to get some major updates, with Elon Musk in position to take over the social media platform after a surprise U-turn. A number of technical and operational changes could soon be coming. I have a ton of ideas, Musk texted Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal. I've said that before. You think I'd know it by now. In April, right before he agreed to join the company's board. So that tweet came from April. I just want Twitter to be maximum amazing. Musk this week revived his offer to buy the company, and I think it's for the original price too, and hopes to avoid a legal showdown with the company over the deal he had previously been trying to back out of. The Tesla CEO publicly hinted at several ways he might transform the platform if the deal goes through, from loosening content moderation, which we all know he said that, to restoring band accounts and adding an edit feature, which they seem to be doing anyway. And a juicy set of text messages between Musk and his business associates made public in a court filing last week provide an even closer look into how he might monetize and overhaul the platform. And I think, again, these are older tweets, but they just came out in court last week. There are some hurdles to overcome before the deal can proceed. Twitter still has to accept Musk's $44 billion takeover offer, and the parties are reportedly stuck on financing terms. After Musk requested that the litigation be dropped and Twitter objected, a Delaware Chancery judge ruled on Thursday that if the deal isn't done by 5 p.m. on October 28th, so you've got, 3 weeks, she would set new trial dates in November. But if the deal goes through, and I'm thinking it might now, analysts warn that Musk's focus on unmoderated free speech could present new challenges, which could have huge implications for the digital town square just weeks before the U.S. midterm elections. No one's prepared for the kind of onslaught that's going to come, says Angelo Carasone. Pardon me if I say Italian names the right way. I'm from Jersey, so I tend to say Italian names the right way. President and CEO of Media Matters, a nonprofit media watchdog. We know the people he's been talking to, and we see all the indicators. This is a real threat. And I don't know why they consider it a threat. But okay, here's how Twitter could change under Musk. Current leadership could be fired. The first move Musk makes is widely anticipated to be cleaning house, starting with Twitter's chief executive, Agrawal, who took the helm of the company last year after co-founder Jack Dorsey stepped down. It's funny that Dorsey gave it to this guy, and Dorsey and Elon are very good friends, I gather, so it's very strange. Text messages between Musk and his business associates reveal how frustrated he was with Agrawal's leadership, even though the two had initially sought to work together. Agrawal told Musk on April 9th that his habit of treating negative things like "is Twitter dying" was not helpful to making Twitter better. I have to agree with that. What did you get done this week? Musk, who at the time was in discussions about joining Twitter's board, replied, "This is a waste of time," he added, saying instead he would make an offer to buy the company. The complicated relationship between the two could result in Agrawal being fired on Musk's first day of ownership, Carasone says, and likely replaced with one of Musk's allies. Fixing Twitter by chatting with Parag won't work, Musk texted Twitter board chair Brett Taylor. Musk has also expressed displeasure with other Twitter executives, tweeting in a meme about the company's top lawyer, Viaga Gade, that cast her as an icon of Twitter's left-wing bias. Okay. It's the first time I've heard her name. Musk has said for months that his top priority would be to preserve free speech on Twitter and restore access to former President Donald Trump, who was permanently suspended last year after the deadly January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. I think Trump said he wouldn't come back either anyway, as far as I remember. I think Musk will restore his account immediately, Carasone says, the second that he gets the keys. I agree, because that's what he said he'd do. But it's unclear if Trump will ultimately come back to Twitter if he's invited, since he launched his own social media platform, Truth Social, earlier this year. Other suspended users could also be replatformed. Yeah, and that's what everybody's worried about, I think. Analysts say, including right-wing voices that were barred for spreading conspiracy theories or hateful rhetoric. Yeah, and that's where we get into questionable stuff. What is hateful rhetoric? What isn't? That's where it gets very difficult. Musk previously told Agrawal via text message that he wanted to reverse all permanent Twitter bans, except for spam accounts and those that explicitly advocate violence. This means Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, whose personal Twitter account was suspended this year for repeatedly sharing misinformation about COVID-19 vaccines, could be allowed back. It also means that Babylon Bee, a conservative satire site that lost Twitter access after it published a transphobic humor piece, could return. Are you going to liberate Twitter from the censorship-happy mob? Joe Rogan, the controversial podcast host, texted Musk the day his investment in Twitter became public, but before he made an offer to buy the company. Musk responded, "I will provide advice, which they may or may not choose to follow." Musk's latest offer would take the company private. Although with reversing the bans on several accounts, Musk could also undo some of Twitter's policies designed to make the platform safer for vulnerable users, typically women, LGBTQ individuals, and people of color, such as this ban on misgendering transgender people. I'm a person of color. I don't feel vulnerable. I like to see the person that's going to make me feel vulnerable. He has previously said that the platform would have more lenient content moderation policies under his leadership. If in doubt, let the speech exist, Musk said in an on-stage interview in April. I would agree. If it's a gray area, I would say let the tweet exist. But obviously, in the case where there's perhaps a lot of controversy, you would not necessarily want to promote that tweet. Yeah, and if you're talking about hate speech, I'm thinking you're not going to want to let that through either. But then you got to define it. Still, Twitter's algorithm has in the past been found to amplify extreme political rhetoric or conspiracy theories in harmful ways by suggesting new accounts and content that users might be interested in. Those concerns could become even more prominent if there are fewer guardrails against misinformation and extremism. And again, who defines what's misinformation? Extremism, I would think, would be a little easier, but I don't know. It's going to dramatically scale the number of extremists that are on the platform. That's probably true. Carusone says, not just by restoring accounts, but also by signaling to a whole bunch of other users that don't currently use the platform that it's open season, which he's probably right about that. Let's see. In one of the texts released last week and sent in April, Musk wrote to Michael Kieves, head of an investment firm, Twitter is obviously not going to be turned into some right-wing nuthouse, aiming to be as broadly inclusive as possible. But let's hope not. And I'm looking over here at let's see. Will says super chats are wide open. Wait, I'll give you a little. Okay, there you go. Super chat is open. Well, make sure everybody knows that. Okay. A new edit button could be added. Musk has expressed interest in allowing users to edit their tweets, something many users have been requesting for years. Roughly 74% of his Twitter followers said they supported adding the edit feature, according to a poll he ran in March. Yeah, I was one of those who responded. Among the cache of text messages released was one from Gayle King, co-host of CBS This Morning, who told Musk she supported the idea of an edit button. Yeah, why wouldn't you not? Twitter began testing the edit button last month. Yeah, we gave you that story last week where they actually sent out an edited tweet. After originally pushing back on the notion, giving Twitter Blue members who pay for a subscription model in Canada, Australia, and New Zealand early access. So those 3 countries, Blue members should be able to edit or very soon be able to edit. Twitter said that the feature would come to U.S. subscribers soon, but Musk may expedite the process once in charge. Well, you would think if they're going to do it, why would it take so long from this point? That's just my opinion. Currently, users with early access to the function can only edit tweets up to 5 times. It makes sense to have some limit. A way to prevent people from changing the original content of their tweets too often, but there are still concerns that the edit feature could be used with malicious intent to spread misinformation or harmful messages. Yeah, but if the person who's putting out the message is the only one who can edit it, wouldn't the initial message be harmful or missing? Just my thought. If users were to replace their popular tweets to messages with sinister sentiments, okay, so maybe the response could make things worse, I guess. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Musk is expected to take actions on spam bots or fake accounts on the platform, which he cited as his main reason for backing out of the original deal. But it's true. It's unclear what he might have planned, but the idea of a blockchain-based future for Twitter in which users have to pay a small fee to send messages initially seemed appealing to Musk, since bots wouldn't be able to get past the paywall. He later said this idea wouldn't work because the bandwidth and latency requirements cannot be supported by a peer-to-peer network. I guess you would know. If he did push through a plan to get rid of most bot accounts on Twitter, Musk himself would lose an estimated 13.5 million followers. That makes sense, according to a data analyst by Scottish Digital Skills Academy, Code Clan. Musk has also been very critical of Twitter Blue, the company's subscription service that offers exclusive features like bookmark folders and ad-free articles for $4.99 a month. Jason Calacanis, an entrepreneur and one of Musk's strategic advisors on Twitter, texted him that Twitter Blue is an insane piece of SH, and these deep SHers spend a year on Twitter Blue to give people exactly nothing they want. Well said. And I would think Musk is somewhat expert at knowing how to make money. If he's saying they're not doing it right, I gotta believe it. Okay. Musk said this week that he wants to create a new app called X. This is new to me after buying Twitter, which could be an all-in-one super app modeled after China's WeChat, often described as Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and PayPal rolled into one central portal. Never heard that before. Buying Twitter is an accelerant to creating X, the everything app, he tweeted Tuesday, later adding that the acquisition could accelerate the app's creation by 3 to 5 years. He must be anticipating this to be some kind of super-duper app. It's unclear what Musk is planning, but he has long expressed his desire for Twitter to emulate the success of WeChat by branching out to offer other features beyond tweets. I think an important goal for Twitter would be to try to include as much of the country, as much of the world as possible, the billionaire businessman said at a town hall with Twitter employees in June. You basically live on WeChat in China because it's so usable and helpful to daily life. And I think if we can achieve that or even get close to that at Twitter, it would be an immense success. Okay, didn't know that. Musk has already had some experience with payments and platforms, which could help with creating a super app with that function. He co-founded PayPal, which he had previously called X.com. That's right, he did originally call it X.com. One of the early online payment platforms that has grown to become globally popular. So we all know employees might leave. I'm not going to go over all the rest of it, but it looks like it might happen, or it's again likely to happen. So we'll find out. Anyway, just thought that was an interesting story because I hadn't even heard that he was back in it again. So let me get rid of the review. And let's get rid of that. Let's take a look at what these. I think these guys are all talking about Google, which I'm not allowed to talk about until Mike and Will get in here. So, okay. I'm going back. Okay. Brian said, I might get rid of my winter hand warmer, the Pixel 5. I got rid of my 5A. I traded it in on something about 2 months ago. Yeah, and the 5A was so overheating that it was a pain in the butt. Brian says, I'm sure the Tensor 2 chip will still run hot. And Will says, I bet it will. I'm hoping it doesn't, but of course they could be right. Annette is here. Annette, glad you're here. Always glad to have you here. Now we've got different parts of the country covered from one end to the other, from Jersey to California and a little in between, so we're good. Will says it is a pixel. Okay. Okay. He said super chat, so I don't. That's why I stuck that there. Let's see. They didn't really update any cores. No, as far as I know, they didn't. And Will says everybody hit the like button, which is what I asked you to do when we came in. But yes, please do that. Thanks, Will. So didn't update any cores, just the TPU and the new GPU configuration. Yeah, but the TPU, I gather, is kind of a big deal from some of the videos I'm seeing. Brian says, so performance isn't going to be dramatically different. I think with the 7 Pro, with some of the features, that's where you're going to see the difference. And that's the only thing that's tempting me at all. Will said, same phone, different colors. And I agree with the 7, not with the 7 Pro, though, as far as the cameras. But at least, yeah, we'll have face unlock. I'm hoping they'll pass that back to the 6 and 6 Pro, because I think they could turn that on with software. And let's see, Brian says, brighter screen on blur feature, wider ultra wide with autofocus and macro mode, and a lot of people are really excited about that, including me. 4K 60 across all cameras, more zoom range. Yeah, the zoom range is a nice addition too, especially on the Pro. So, okay, you guys are going. I know you're going to keep discussing it, but I won't pull up any of the stories until Mike and/or Will get in here. So I'm going to go on to my next story. So I've got to get set. There's no more share screen button now. It says present. Then you see the share screen button. So okay, share screen. Let's get rid of me and get this over here. Okay. EU demand for USB-C transition set for the end of 2024. Will Apple comply? This is The Verge discussed. And a lot of people, as soon as the EU passed this, there were a whole bunch of articles about it. I just chose the one from The Verge. When will the iPhone be forced to use USB-C? EU lawmakers have voted in favor of requiring all phones to use the port. Now, a USB-C iPhone could be just around the corner, by John Porter. So let's go into review. Okay, so I'm guessing that Will is going to wait for Mike. But Brian said, if they don't add face unlock, come on, to the 6 Pro, Google is the new Apple. I'm hoping they do. Now, there's one says, he's usually right about this stuff. They switched from 2X A76 cores to 2X A7. Oh, they did. That's right. They jumped a little bit to be more efficient. That's right. They did mention that too. You're right. Mike cannot talk trash Apple as much. Google will be plenty fruit-like. Well, yeah, it seems to me they're both just copying more and more whatever the other's doing. That's my impression. Let me take a quick sip here. Okay. So today this is 3 days ago. Today, the European Parliament voted overwhelmingly in favor of new legislation that would eventually require all mobile phones sold in the EU to use a USB-C port for wired charging. The proposed rules, which lawmakers reached an initial agreement on back in June, that's true, mean that Apple is likely to have to remove the decade-old Lightning connector from its phones and switch to USB-C if it wants to continue selling them in one of its most lucrative global markets, and that's the key, lucrative global markets. The EU's aim is to reduce e-waste. If more devices are interoperable with the same cables, then the EU thinks fewer electronic devices and chargers will get thrown away, well, hopefully. According to its estimates, every year 11,000 tons of disposed of and unused charges end up in landfill, which it hopes these rules will reduce. It also wants to save consumers money by allowing them to reuse chargers up to 250 million pounds, according to its estimate, 250 euros, according to its estimates, and reduce the lock-in effect of proprietary accessories. The question now is, how soon will Apple be forced to make the switch? And that's everybody's question. The EU's new rules, which are technically an amendment to its radio equipment directive, are yet to be formally approved, so it's not totally approved yet. Although they've been given a thumbs up by the bloc's parliament, the common charger legislation still needs to be signed off by the Council of the EU and published in the EU official journal. So I guess until it gets published, it's not official. It would then enter into force 20 days. Okay, so it gets published 20 days later. Now it's in force. But even once that happens, companies like Apple will still effectively have a 2-year grace period that's designed to ease the transition to a USB-C future. According to the European Parliament's press release, this means the rules are likely to come into force by the end of 2024. They'll apply across the industry regardless of manufacturer. But as the only major smartphone maker yet to make the switch to USB-C since 2012, every single iPhone has a Lightning connector, Apple is the company that's likely to see the biggest impact. Yeah, they're probably going to be the only one to see any impact. Yeah, Ted is in here. Yo, Ted. And he's hashtag Carmen Charger. I agree 100%. Okay. Apple releases a new flagship smartphone like clockwork in the latter half. Now, here's where it gets interesting. This is true. In the latter half of every year. So it's safe to assume that we'll see a new iPhone, likely to be called the iPhone 16, released around the same time as the rules come into effect in late 2024. But given iPhones are typically launched in September, which we know, I just got mine, and the EU's legislation won't come into effect for 24 months after it's formally approved by the European Council, the iPhone 16 could end up being launched just before the new rules come into effect. That would make 2025's iPhone 17, if Apple continues with its current naming convention, the first model forced to use and that's true. If they come out with it in September, like they normally do, and the rules say end of 2024, well, it'll be 2025 before you would see USB-C, unless Apple decides to do it earlier. The new rules would not apply to projects placed on the markets before, and that's true. It's possible Apple could make the change sooner, but the current rules suggest it won't. It suggests it won't technically have to, right? Today's press release from the European Parliament explicitly states that devices already in the market won't need to be withdrawn. So if Apple launches a Lightning port iPhone ahead of the deadline, it can keep selling the phone. That's true. The new rules would not apply to projects placed on the market before the date of application, the press release reads. That's a change from how European Parliament was framing the rules back in June when a spokesperson told The Verge there shouldn't be products on the market that are not compliant. Okay, so now they're saying, okay, if you get it in before it becomes a rule, you're good to go. So I agree. This more forgiving phase-in makes it more feasible for Apple to announce and to launch a Lightning port-equipped iPhone 16 in 2024, prior to the EU's new rules coming into effect. That's what I would do if I were them, I think. But reports suggest it could be preparing to switch to USB-C far earlier, really. Reliable Apple analyst Ming-Chiao Kuo recently suggested that Apple might be prepared to make the change in 2023, when it's likely to release iPhone 15. That is early. Bloomberg's Mark Gurman is more cautious about the company's timeframe, however, and recently reported that 2023 is the earliest the company might make the change. And if you're familiar, Kuo and Gurman are both usually very accurate on what they're speculating, might happen. So, okay. Beyond smartphones, the rules will apply to all manner of electronic devices, including tablets, headphones, keyboards, and mice, which means Apple will also need to start offering everything from AirPods to the Magic Mouse with a USB-C port for wired charging. Laptops are also covered by the legislation, but have been given slightly longer implementation period, which means they won't have to use USB-C for wired charging until early 2026. Didn't know that until I read this. And the EU's rules also note that small devices like smartwatches or health trackers are exempt. Yeah, we knew that. When the small size of the product does not allow them to be equipped with USB Type-C receptacle. Other devices like tablets, headphones, keyboards, and mice are also impacted. EU product legislation only applies to goods sold in its member states, so it can't force Apple to switch to USB-C for iPhones elsewhere in the EU. But why would Apple produce two different SKUs? That means Apple could limit its USB-C iPhones to EU markets or even exit the region. I don't think they're going to give up that money if it wants the iPhone to remain Lightning exclusive. But given the size of the European market as a whole, it made almost a quarter of Apple's net sales. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that. And Apple's emphasis on offering as few versions of products as possible, it seems likely we'll see the USB-C iPhone sold around the world as a result of the EU's legislation. The company did not respond to questions about how it plans to comply with new rules. Well, they don't have to respond for a while yet, so I don't blame them. Anyway, that's as far as I'm going to go, but just wanted to make you guys aware that it's getting closer and closer, and it's getting more and more looking like it's a done deal as far as the EU is concerned. When Apple will give in and start producing USB-C, we don't know yet. So let's get rid of the review and get rid of this. Let's stop screen. Let's see what else is going on here. Brian was continuing the conversation before. There are already better cores. That's true. They are not playing the raw power game because they will get crushed by Apple and Snap. They certainly get crushed by Apple. I agree. And that's when Ted did the common charger thing. Brian. Apple with their USB 2.0 Lightning, that's slow. That is slow, that's true. And that was further down in the article. I didn't go that far. And Brian's asking if Ted's jumping in the stream. Now, I don't know if you saw it, said Will said he's going to be in. Mike specifically had me put the Google stuff at the end of the stream because he wants to be here for that. So that's what I did. You saw what I initially sent the notes out, and I switched the Google stuff to the end. So I'm just waiting for them. So if you want to jump in, Ted, you feel free. So I'm going down to my next story. Time-wise, we're doing rather nicely, I think, assuming those guys come in. All right, I'm going to share screen. We're going to go to our next story, which I just thought was an interesting story, because we might get an executive actually go to jail. Former Uber security chief heading to prison, and I pulled this from a gadget. And I just speculated that. I don't know that that's true, but it seems like it's a possibility. So let's go over to Engadget. Uber's ex-security chief was found guilty of covering up a major data breach in 2016. So this is 6 years old already, probably getting close to 7. Joseph Sullivan didn't notify the FTC of a 2016 security breach that affected 57 million Uber drivers and passengers, and you'll see why as we get down in. And this is by Mariella Moon. So let's go to review. Okay. Joseph Sullivan, who used to serve as Uber's security chief, was convicted of federal charges for hiding a 2016 data breach from the test. So he's already been convicted. According to the New York Times, a jury in San Francisco federal court has found Sullivan guilty of obstructing the FTC's ongoing investigation into Uber at the time for another breach that occurred in 2014. And Uber and the FTC have been fighting each other since almost as long as they've been in business. That never stops. He was also found guilty of actively hiding a felony from authorities. Now, that's a serious crime. Sullivan's case, believed to be the first time an executive has faced criminal charges over a hack, revolves around how the former executive dealt with the bad actors who infiltrated Uber's Amazon server and demanded $100,000 from the company. The hackers got in touch with Uber shortly after Sullivan sat for a deposition with the FTC. Yeah, check this out. For its investigation of the 2014 cybersecurity incident. So you're dealing with two different incidents here. They told him they found a security vulnerability that allowed them to down. So he was already dealing with the 2014. Now they're telling him this in 2016. That allowed them to download the personal data of 600,000 drivers and additional information linked to 57 million drivers and passengers. As the Washington Post reports, it is revealed later on that the hackers found a digital key that they used to get into Uber's Amazon account. There, they found an unencrypted backup, that's so stupid, collection of personal data on passengers and drivers. And as a programmer, the reason I say that, so you know how easy it is to encrypt something? It takes seconds. So move it somewhere else and not encrypt it. It's just stupid, in my opinion. Sullivan pointed them to the company's bug bounty program. So they contacted him. They wanted $100,000. So the bug bounty program had a max payout of $10,000. The hackers wanted $100,000, however, and threatened to release the data they'd stolen if Uber didn't pay up. The former security chief paid them the amount they demanded, so they got their $100,000 in Bitcoin and made it appear as if they'd been paid under the bug bounty program, which of course was illegal right there. An action reportedly sanctioned by then Uber chief Travis Kalanick. He also tracked them down and made them sign non-disclosure agreements. Okay, so the chief tracked them down and they signed non-disclosure agreements, but you've already broken the law twice. The former executives camp argued that Sullivan felt Uber's user data was protected after the hacker signed an NDA. Yeah, but you paid them. Okay. We already know he broke the law and broke it big time. Mr. Sullivan believed that their customers' data was safe and that this was not some incident that needed to be reported. So these guys hacked 57 million people and now their data is safe because they signed something? Either he's awfully stupid or he's just plain lying. There was no cover-up and there was no obstruction, his lawyer, David Angeli, said. But prosecutors disagreed, so would I, and viewed his use of NDAs as a way to cover up the incident. Finally, they stressed that the incident shouldn't have been qualified for a payout under the bug bounty program. Yes, since it allowed 10,000, not 100. Which is meant to reward friendly security researchers when the bad actors threatened to release users' personal information if they didn't get paid the amount they wanted. Yeah, they wouldn't be friendly actors, would they? In the end, the jury agreed with the prosecutors that Sullivan should have notified the FTC about the data breach. It wasn't until Dara, this is a tough one for me, Khosrowshahi, okay, too tough for me, took over as CEO, that the FTC was informed of the event. So she had nothing to do with it, I guess. He, she, I think it's a she. A sentence hasn't been handed down yet, but Sullivan now faces 5 years in prison. I hope he gets every bit of it. For obstruction and up to 3 more years for failing to report a felony. Just my opinion. Okay. And Will says still says he'll be there. So we're waiting for you, brother. Okay, so let's get rid of this. I just think that guy belongs in jail. Just my opinion. Let's get rid of this story. And I'm still watching for Mike and Will whenever they come in. Let's get a quick sip here. Okay. Now I've got one more story before I get to the Google stuff. It turns out it's a Google story anyway. It's a different story. Okay, and Mike says he'll be here soon too. All right, so I will do my other Google story now, which is them paying. And then hopefully those guys will be on. All right, sharing screen. Arizona judge to Google. Pay the $85 million fine for tracking phones. This was on Digital Trends. And this was a follow-up on one we had reported on a few months ago. Google is paying a historic $85 million fine after illegally tracking Android phones. And this is by Christina Alexander. So let's go to review. Google is paying, okay, we already read that. Google will be paying Arizona $85 million in a settlement over a 2020 lawsuit that claimed the company was illegally tracking Android users for targeted advertising. According to a report from Bloomberg, Attorney General, this is a tough name to say, Mark Brnovich, I actually had to look up how you say that earlier today, filed a lawsuit in May 2020 claiming that Google violated the state's Consumer Fraud Act by gathering location data from Android users even after people turned off their location settings. Yeah, that's a definite no, though. No. At the time, Google's own employees were confused about privacy controls, admitting that it could use some fine-tuning so that when users deny the company permission to track their data, it has to respect their decision. I would agree. Google requested the Arizona State Court to dismiss the case in January, arguing that state consumer law requires that alleged fraud would have to be linked to an advertisement or sale. I disagree. The judge denied the company's request. Good for them. Good for the judge. Abrinovich's office said in a statement on Tuesday that the $85 million settlement is the largest amount per individual user Google has paid in a lawsuit of this scale. I'm proud of this historic settlement that proves no entity, not even big tech companies, is above the law, he said. Google spokesperson Jose Castaneda said in the company's own statement, now they're kind of agreeing that the lawsuit in Arizona was related to older product policies that have changed in recent years. So their own employees used to be confused about it. So they're kind of agreeing with it. We provide straightforward controls and auto-delete options for location data and are always working to minimize the data we collect. We are pleased to have this matter resolved and will continue to focus our attention on providing useful products for our users. So it seems like they're agreeing that they should have been punished, and they did get punished. And check this. Meanwhile, Google is facing lawsuits filed by other attorneys general in Indiana, Texas, and Washington, D.C. over similar data. So they're probably going to be fined some more by other states. So just wanted to update that story. So let me turn off review, get rid of this. Snap screen, and here's Mike.
Oh, see. Oh, there I am. Hi, how you doing?
There you are. You are here. Will says he's coming in too at some point. So
oh yeah. Oh yeah. I kind of broke the news to him of what my plans were. I thought he was going to like lose his. He lost his mind. He did lose his mind. I'll just say he just
over the Google stuff.
Well, I said in my stream in my vlog that I'm going to probably trade in my iPhone SE.
And I'm confused. Now, you said you're part of Team Pixel. Now, it seems to me all the Team Pixel people will be getting their gift from Google, one of the two phones. So
well, wait a minute.
Shouldn't you be getting one too?
No, I am a super fan. That's I'm a super fan.
Saying on Twitter, Team Pixel, and to me,
no,
Team Pixel
I'm just
means you're one of the people that get the phones.
Well, people hashtag Team Pixel anyway, just because.
I don't think anybody should be allowed to hashtag Team Pixel unless they're getting a gift.
Oh, I mean it's like
I never use it.
it's part of being the part of the group of the Pixel group. You know what I mean? Not just like you're a fan of
part of the
Pixels.
Pixel group that Google chooses to give a phone to.
Oh,
That's
well,
how
no,
I think.
I've been posting that for a long time just because I'm a Pixel person. So
Oh, okay.
I didn't see nobody corrected me and saying, "Hey, you can't post that kind of thing." And I
Well, to
thought
me,
I'd
it's
seen
like
other
if you're a
people.
team member, Google picked you for the team. Otherwise, how'd you
I'm a
become a team
super
member?
fan. I'm a super
Yes,
fan
yes,
as you and
and
I.
Google picked you for
Mhm.
that, and me too.
Yes.
So I don't see how you can be a team member unless Google puts you on the team. That's how I
Oh.
see it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't work. To me, nobody said, Mike, you can't say that. You know what I mean? I've seen plenty of other people who are part of the,
Yeah, I guess
liking.
in my head, all the people who've been saying Team
Mhm.
Pixel are all people who I know get the phone for free, which I'm kind of glad I don't, because how much could you trust me if I was getting the phone for free? I'm not sure.
Well, there's people out there. There have been people out there that put their opinion,
I mean, yeah,
positive or negative on it.
there are people in Team Pixel who I trust, even though
Hmm.
I know they get the phone for free. But would somebody trust me? My opinion, if I get, I probably better
Well,
off buying my own phone. That's
I
just my
mean,
opinion.
a perfect example of one person who got a phone was Lady Red,
Okay.
and she doesn't sugarcoat it, but she points out all the things of course, Pixels are known for the photography, and she takes full advantage of shooting different pictures and talking about certain things, and I mean, I think she was very, she wasn't, overly rah rah. You know what I mean?
No, no, yeah,
She was
and I
extremely
get the same
appreciative of
thing
it.
from my Project 13, that because I trust him, I trust Anthony.
But I think he got a phone. Did he not
Yeah,
get?
he always does.
Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing is, this time nobody has received them yet. It seems like it
Well,
looks
that
like
we
nobody's
know
gonna.
of now.
Yeah, but I
Um,
heard him and I heard a couple of others already say in videos, "Well, we haven't gotten them yet." I heard one of them say that
right.
today.
Well, I think that maybe they shouldn't have said that. Maybe I'm under the impression there's a lot of stuff behind. I know there were people at a meeting at a group event that was held
Here's
last
Will.
night. There's a mug right there. Look at that mug. He's grown. He's grown. Look at him.
And this is a
Man,
guy who
he's grown.
works
He's
himself to death. Works himself to death. Give him a break.
they didn't even have time to shave.
Nah,
Ooh, you
it's going.
look who's talking, will you?
Hey, I just this is manicured and maintained,
Oh, pardon
courtesy
me.
my wife. But
Okay.
what's going on there, Mister
How are
Will?
you, Will?
Nothing much. Another day.
Another day. Yeah,
Here you go,
another
Mike.
day.
That's
The
what you
apple
need.
juice.
That's
There's
what
the
you need.
juice. Okay.
That's
Okay.
what you need, Mike.
Are you kidding me? He's talking about getting rid of it completely
I
now. He's talking
I
about
already
having
talked
no
to him.
Apple
I
products.
already talked to him.
I thought he was. I
George,
think he lost
George,
his.
you know
What?
George, let him. He's going through a phase right now.
It is not a phase. I'm thinking about going all in
George,
on this.
George,
Actually,
Mike's going
I
through.
agree with Will. I'm sorry.
Mike's going through a little phase where he's trying to hold on to hope that Google's going to redeem themselves, but
Okay.
nah.
Yeah, here,
Just keep in mind,
here's
Mike,
Eleanor being honest. I'll say whatever Google wants if they want to give me a
Give
free
me a
phone.
free phone.
And
Yeah.
that's what we're
Mike,
worried about, Eleanor.
just
Go
keep
ahead,
in
Will.
mind, Mike, that Google just killed Stadia.
That's true.
This is where you're going to put your faith at. You better off getting a Samsung.
And Mike, remember how much you and I both love Google Plus? Well, they didn't give a crap how much we love it, did they?
Yeah, I know.
You're better going with a Samsung, going all in on their ecosystem than
I will be getting the
you
watch.
got you, George. What do you have, Mike? A 6?
What?
He has the
Oh yeah, I
SE.
got
You have a
Pixel 6.
What's the
Pixel 6, yeah.
what's the upgrade? Go put a D-brand skin on it. You can't tell the difference.
No, yeah, and Mike, I got to agree. If you're going from the 6 to the 7
No,
to the
no, there is
one, there's not much of a difference. Now,
they
the
talk
visor
about-
is more of
the
a
visor's
difference.
aluminum.
I told you
The
go put a
visor is
D-brand skin on it.
aluminum.
Go put a
But
deep brand
there's
skin
not
on it.
much difference between the 6 and 7, but there's a pretty good difference between the Pros.
George, the difference is Google said we're going to give this phone more software stuff than the other one. That's all.
That's true. And I'm seeing an awful lot of videos of people who are showing and saying how much better the Pro camera is than before. And I kind of agree with that.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Now, as far as the plain 6 and 7, there's practically no difference in my opinion.
Google disappointed me. Google disappointed me this year because you talk about the iPhone 14 Pro being an iterative update. This update was embarrassing.
This update for the 6 to the 7 is embarrassing, but not the Pro. The Pro is different.
Face unlock thing has been rumored. They were going to put that in the 6, but they just said, nah. We'll just save it for the 7.
A year and a half now. That's true.
Yeah, because all it is software. You can't use it to unlock to pay for nothing.
No,
That's
I
the
agree.
point.
I agree.
Google is.
People like it. I like it. I want it.
You want what? Face unlock on the phone?
Yes. Yeah, I know I can't use it to pay.
I don't like it.
I use my face to pay for it on the Apple.
You still got to use that lousy fingerprint scan.
And I will be able. No, I'll be able to pay with my. I'll be able to pay with my watch now. Don't forget.
That's old news. Did they even?
Are you going to pay with all the watches you've had?
Yeah, you could pay that with any of them.
Be old? How can that be old?
Because you could do it. You could do it with the
Pixel watch. This is the first Pixel watch that's ever been.
So they just changed it. They just took a Fitbit and changed the name. That's all.
Well, that's probably true. I agree with that.
That battery is gonna.
I think it's classy
George,
looking and it's sleek looking.
So. That battery is gonna die so fast.
It might. We'll see.
Yeah, that thing's gonna die.
They're only claiming 1 day, so yeah, you're probably right.
It's not even gonna get a day.
Well, we're hoping. We'll see. Well, I'm willing to give them a chance and see. See what happens.
Now, come on.
Wait,
really?
Mike is sharing something.
This is how you know.
Mike is sharing. Okay, what are you sharing there, Mike?
This is how you know it's bad.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm letting it out of his system. Okay, go ahead, Will.
I can still go on the Google site and buy that phone, and it will deliver next week. This is the first time that the Pixel has not sold out. Google lost it. You can.
What do you mean,
George?
I just saw an article before I got on. They're planning on selling more Pixel phones than ever. They're planning on doubling up over last year.
Yeah, because now they will because they're going to sell it in India.
Well, okay,
but
that makes sense.
I'm talking about as far as
they didn't sell in India before.
As far as here, you can go on the website now and still buy it for delivery next week, which is like unheard of with Pixels. Pixels sell out. Pixels sell out like the Google store crashes. You can't get on. This just, I don't know. To me, this doesn't look like a good.
I don't know. I think it makes things better. I think things look better, not worse.
Yeah, it's better. It's better for people trying to buy the phone. But
yeah,
as far as the demand for the phone and the hype, I don't think there's none.
No, I think there's plenty of it. I think there's plenty of it. We'll see. So. We'll have to wait and see. Now, my plan this time.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I was having technical.
I'm just going to walk to Best Buy and buy the watch. So.
What'd you say, Mike?
Next week.
Are you pre-ordering?
No, I'm not.
I'm pre-ordering?
I'm wait till it gets in the store. I'm just going to walk in the store and buy it. That's all.
Are there any deals if you don't get it on a pre-order? I don't know. I wasn't really following that one too much.
There are deals for the 7 and 7 Pro at Best Buy. As far as I know, there are no deals for the watch.
So Will says what's the difference? Let's go. I'm gonna go. Oh my God!
Okay, all right.
I mean, come on, Will. You want to? Let's see what the difference is. Maybe you're right.
Yeah,
maybe
I want to hear
it. To the Pro. Go right to the Pro.
I'm on the site.
You have it up there, so you're in control, Mike.
I'm gonna pre-order mine.
Well, right. See. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, and return in 2 hours. It says here Pixel 6 was one of the best phones of 2021 and offer tremendous value.
Renz, thank you so much. As always.
I'm trying to get okay. Let's go right into design and display. The Pixel 7 has a similar display that is its predecessor. Although the difference is minimal, it sports a 6.3-inch OLED panel compared to its 6.4 panel. The resolution is the same, Full HD plus, and so is the refresh rate, 90 hertz.
That's both why I agree with Will. With the 7 and the 6, there's very minimal difference.
Okay. However, the display on the Pixel 7 received an upgrade, which is now 25% brighter. More brightness means better visibility, especially when viewing in direct sunlight.
That's what they're saying.
Move on to the design. The two phones look more or less identical from front. The back is a different story, though. Both feature a protruding camera bar that is one of on the Pixel 7 and is toned down. It looks more professional and is made of aluminum. You get with the
plus
Pixel
has
6.
The extra lens.
That's not to say that the back of the Pixel 6 is ugly. Far from it. It's quite. I quite like it due to uniqueness. It's one of those things you either love or hate, in my opinion. Build quality is.
Comments here. Days one said I think Google actually has a larger supply than last year, as they expected to sell more. Brian agreed with him, and Brian says different, so smaller battery. Why is that? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Rez did a super chat there. You see that?
I did thank him for that. Yes.
Okay.
And let's see.
Oh, by the way, before I continue on, somebody
my high brightness mode on the 6 Pro and 6. Okay.
I didn't get the chance to do this. Somebody out there, would somebody share that we're all together here out there in the Twitter?
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Somebody here.
Yeah, Will's making fun of the battery. Why am I not surprised? Hey, at least Will's being nice and quiet. You got to give him credit, right, Will?
What'd you do? Muted Mike?
I didn't mute nothing. Oh, he muted. Will, you're muted. Unmute your mic.
Mike, is your audio choppy or is it on my end?
No, it's choppy.
It's on your end. You keep on.
I'm thinking. Thought it was my Comcast. I don't know.
Yeah, no, Mike. You're choppy to both Will and I, and we're not, as far as we can tell.
Me?
You're coming through choppy. Yes, you're coming through choppy on your sound.
All right, hold on.
You weren't in the beginning, but since you brought that article, you are.
That's Google.
Oh. Stop. Let me see if I'm on my Google Wi-Fi, Miss Smarty Pants.
Told you it's Google.
Probably my T-Mobile. My wife is watching and playing games on one thing, watching a YouTube video or Facebook something, and still have the TV on.
Yeah, but you know what? Your picture and all that looks okay. It's just the audio.
The audio?
Yeah, for me.
No, it was just the audio that was choppy, not your picture at all.
No, okay. How I sound now? Anything worse? Same?
No, there's a static when you talk. It's like your voice is making the microphone create some static somehow.
Maybe it's the microphone. Maybe it's the wire or something. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a wire type of thing. Now we're getting nothing. Now we have no sound. We have no sound whatsoever. Let me see if I can.
Maybe unmute, Mike. Maybe you mute it when you unplug.
No, we're still hearing nothing. Hear nothing from you. It's something with your microphone. Can you switch microphones at all, or?
Just use the laptop mic.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This is to distract you from being critical, Will.
Nah, it's the net. Look, now he was just frozen.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's something to do with his connection, I guess. Your Ren says you're choppy too. Okay, so it's definitely on you, Mike. Ren says
So,
you're doing
George,
that.
you're gonna get the. What are you gonna get? The watch, not the phone.
Just the watch. I won't be getting anything else. I mean, maybe Black Friday come around. Maybe I'll get something, but right now, just the watch. I paid too much for this phone for me to be spending more money than the watch.
Oh yeah, you got the 14, right?
Yeah, I love it too.
All
right.
Can you hear me?
Mike says,
yeah.
Now we can hear you. No, now you.
Can you hear? I'm better. All right, I'm going to drop out. I'm going to just get out.
Drop out and come right back in.
Okay.
Come in on your phone, Mike. Maybe you'll do better on the phone.
Sometimes you come right back in. It's okay. That's what happens to me sometimes. So we will see.
I went and checked it out though, George. I forgot the event was early this year, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because I went to sleep.
Yeah, I haven't even been to Best Buy to check anything out yet. I'm just surprised that none of the guys who get the gift from Google, none of them have it yet.
No, I saw BG Tech Life. Wasn't he unboxing one?
No, he was showing another video of somebody else unboxing one. I saw that video somewhere else. Yeah, but even one of the guys on MKBHD said today, well, we haven't got it yet. So, usually they all have it by the time the event.
Yeah, usually it's like a big. That's this year. I'm telling you, to me, it didn't feel like there was no hype at all.
Yeah, I know it's different. It's very different. Yeah,
I know they showed it off like a while ago.
Right.
I don't know if that kind of killed the buzz because people saw it look the same, but it just didn't feel like
I was all hyped up for the watch. I already knew I wasn't getting the phones, but since I've seen the 7 Pro, I have to admit the camera kind of makes me.
Yeah, but George, why don't you trade in?
No, I'm not trading in anything this year. I'm not trading any more phones in.
No, but you have what? I have? 5? You have a 5, right?
No, the 5A is gone.
Oh, okay. Because I know they're giving a lot for like the.
Right, I have a Pixel 6 Pro. I have the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I have the S22 Plus. I have the S21 Ultra. I have the Z Fold 3, and I have the Moto Z Plus 2022. Those are the phones that I'm using at the moment. And those are all my active phones. So I'm very happy with them.
My gosh. Come on now. I wanted to hear Mike talk about why he's going back, why he's trading the thing.
Here he comes. Okay, he's back. All right, let's see how talk to us.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, look at that.
You sound a lot better.
Phone, right?
What's this?
It's the cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Looks great.
It sounds a whole lot better.
Can I go like this or? Oh no! Oh wow!
Yeah, don't go crazy on it. Now you're pulling the head.
Yeah, hold on. Let me go get a stand for it. I'm trying to reboot the computer too. But anyway.
Next thing he's going to be turning the lights out so we can't see him.
Oh no! I'm the opposite. Give me all the light.
I know you'll turn the lights out and say you're a black man. I understand.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Ren says it's better too. So Ren's is happy too.
All right, I'm trying. Where's my stand? Oh, this is what I get for cleaning up my place. I don't know where anything is.
Will is very glad you came back because Will wanted to argue with you, I think.
No, I just want to hear, what's his perspective.
Want to hear his defense.
Not even a defense. I did look at it because I was like, I did say if they ever came out with a watch, but the watch to me is underwhelming.
I think the watch is clean looking.
To me, it's underwhelming because it already came out that the battery isn't that big, the processor is old, and Google they usually don't talk too much about specs. They didn't even do it in a roundabout way, say it's going to be fast or nothing. It's
that's because they're using those old processors.
Mike told me earlier. Mike said the watch is like a beta test, and I think he's right.
Oh no, I disagree with that.
They're
gambling on the Fitbit thing being the selling point. But
they want you to get the full features. You got to pay monthly for Fitbit.
I'm not paying them. The good thing is I'm in the kind of shape I don't need to pay anybody. To see what kind of shape.
Even the most greedy company in the world that everybody hates, Apple doesn't make you pay to get more features of your watch. That's dumb.
Not yet.
I don't think it's dumb, but
not yet.
I do agree. It's purely a money play. It's purely a money because most people will pay to get the extra stuff to make themselves healthier or help make themselves. In my case, I'm as healthy as I'm ever going to get, so I don't need to pay this crap.
George, you heard on MKBHD's thing, right? They were like, they're saying they want you to use the Fitbit app, and basically the Google Fit app now goes in the trash. It's more.
Yeah, I watched that today while I was at work. Yeah,
it's more like Android nonsense.
Oh, look at that! Listen to that ringtone, the old Apple ringtone, like everybody else has. The whole mall will ring that. Everybody stops to look at their phone. All the same. And you know what, George? When you need a different ringtone, it's no different.
I personalize everything, so don't
right
go by me.
I don't know but wait a minute. Your ringtone on your iPhone. What you got? Did you spend the money? Which I know you didn't. Did you spend the money on getting?
Trying to come look at my keys.
No, I have the same ringtone on my iPhone as I have on all my other phones, which is the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Oh, okay. All right.
I save all my ringtones on my computer, and every time I get a phone,
all right. Well, at least you got a different ringtone,
That was the everything was ringing. That's why you heard that.
Everything was ringing.
The computer was ringing, So I
think I had that happen earlier today. Yeah. All right. Brian has a question for you, Mike.
All right.
Will Google add Face Unlock to the Pixel 6 Pro? I'm hoping they do. I think they will.
Mike, you think so, George?
Yeah, they're going to know. I think they're going to. I think they're going to play it where if you want Face Unlock, you're going to need to get. You're going to need to get the 7.
I would say
everybody knows that they can put it on the 6.
I would say no, but since it's Google, I think they will because Google doesn't,
Right. Exactly.
They kind of. We talked about it before, Will. They got to stop handing out the stuff. They got to keep it.
Yeah, but this is something that everybody knows can go on the 6.
Yeah, but everybody knows all that stuff can go to face unblur and all that. None of that.
I'm hoping we get that too. But at least the Face Unlock
on the phone. The only thing that's dependent on the phone is whatever. What is it? That Zoom or whatever.
So, Brian, I guess the answer to your question is Mike doesn't think that they're going to bring it over to the 6 Pro. He's ringing again.
You see, when you're Will and you got an iPhone, you got to have that big wig job to afford all this expensive iPhone stuff. You see.
All right. Well, I guess come here.
Yeah. Days One says it makes no sense that you can't do it, and I agree.
Makes no sense. I don't.
The feature is already there. Why can't we add Face? That's what he's saying. And of course it's been there all along. So
the family will be available on the 6 and 6. See now, they made a big deal of it for the 7, and then turn around. I see Brian. Google gets -1 point for according to Mike, but. They made it such a deal. They made it such a big deal of it in the presenting the 7, and then they turn around and give it to the people who have the 6.
What? What are you talking about, Mike? What feature?
We're still talking about the Face Unlock.
Why would they give it? They made it such a deal about.
It's been there all along. Why wouldn't you put it?
Because I think Mike, I think they've been able to do it.
Right.
Because it was in the what's it called?
I know it was in the APK probably.
It was in all the notes and stuff. People were seeing it in there.
People saw it for a long time.
You know what happened? They were like, we don't have nothing to put in this 7, so let's just put face unlock.
See?
That's what they did.
Ren says the same. I agree with you, Ren. I want it. So we'll see.
Mike, this is my so get the phone you want, get rid of the iPhone, whatever you want to do. If it's gonna make you happy. Will, I do agree with you. I think he's going through a phase also. Listen, he doesn't like the iPhone. Okay, so go all in on Android.
No, it isn't. I never. Whoa. I never said I didn't like the iPhone.
Right. It's not that he doesn't like the iPhone. He doesn't like the iPhone SE so much. That's
no,
he doesn't. George, he does not like iOS. He tried it. He tried the iPad. He doesn't like it. Mike's
I don't think he can stay away from it on the phone.
But what I'm saying is, it's your money, but it's like this is worse than going from the iPhone 13 Pro to the 14 Pro. This is worse.
This is worse than going from the 13 to the 14?
Yeah, because you're not. I just feel like you're not getting nothing really. Like even Mike, I told you, I looked at it and I was like, I should just buy it. Then I said, and I'm about to go on vacation. I was like, I should just buy it. It'll be nice to play around with the camera. Then I was like, Google to me, they didn't say anything that made me feel like this camera's better. Yeah, they showed me a better zoom.
On the Pro either?
Yeah, but listen, they showed me a better zoom, which
much better zoom.
But how many times am I really going to zoom in and use it?
Oh, I will.
Processing is still going to be like a pixel. So between the 6 and the 7, am I really going to notice the difference? The phone.
It depends on who you are, because, like me, I post pictures from my bicycle rides all the time. Half those pictures I'm zooming in.
No, but listen. So if I take a picture, I'm not zooming in after and trying to look at the pixels and all that. So I'm not going to notice the difference. So it's like, why would I buy the 7 just because Google told me it's the newest one? You didn't add nothing to the phone. You gave me the face unlock that you could have put on the 6.
If you're not into the zooming, I agree with you. Renz has a question for you, Will. Here's a question for you, Will, from Renz.
12 over the 13. I would say get the 13 because the 12 for me had bad battery. The 12 Pro, I never had the regular 12 or the regular 13. But I know when I went from the 11 to the 12 Pro, I felt like my battery life went down.
See, my 12 Pro is just fine. Has been all along, and I still have it.
But yeah,
Android 9 is better.
Get what you want, but I just don't see the point in that upgrade. Like
I would say get the 13 because I think the cameras were a little bit better than the 12.
Oh yeah, and the cameras are better on the 13. But I thought you were. Where'd he go? But yeah,
I don't
know. To me, they didn't. You know me, George. Every year, how long have they been?
If you're not into the zoom, I agree with you.
No, but listen, every year, George, I get a pixel every year since they started.
Except this past one.
I haven't missed any. I even had the 6, but the only ones I didn't get were the A line. But this year,
sorry about that.
They didn't even make me want to make an impulse buy real quick and return it.
Until I started seeing some of the Zoom stuff, they didn't make me either. Now I'm not going to spend the money until I get a deal, but
I think the reason
a couple of months I could see myself getting the Pro, not the regular though.
They didn't really add no useful call screen features. There's nothing. The Pixel exclusive features to me aren't enough to make me want to buy the phone. Like all that other stuff they talked about is going to be it's going to come to Google Maps. It's going to come to the search app. It's going to come to the home. I'm going to get all that on iPhone. So what's the point? And then the features.
Mike isn't even arguing with you much.
Features,
well, I'm not. DC.
The camera features. The face unblur and all that. Google's so mixed up. I just looked at my Google One thing. If I upgrade my Google One subscription, I get more features on the stupid editing app. That's stupid.
Okay, Mike, you're okay now though.
So if you upgrade your Google One thing, they give
you. Okay.
Like, so the Pixel's like, for what?
Wait a minute. Will you actually have Google One?
Yeah, because I need it for storage for Google Drive and photos and all that.
Really? I thought you were abandoning all Google stuff.
No, I use that.
I thought you were getting rid of it. You said, why do I need Google?
No. Because I have all my photos in there. I'm not switching everything over.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not putting it all on. Sense. I do got 2 terabytes on iCloud, but I'm not switching it over.
You have for iCloud, you got 2 terabytes you're paying for?
Yeah. Hello?
See, I got my Google Photos too, but I also keep my stuff backed up on Amazon Photos. So.
Do you?
Yes. Because I'm a Prime member, it doesn't really cost me anything, you know.
Real good on the photos that don't? I thought they would be charging you.
No. I've never paid them anything for Amazon Photos. Ever.
No.
Well,
no.
Well,
Yeah.
Mike feeling good about being Pixel super fan. Sipping on the Pixelade.
Yeah, Pixelade. Yeah, that's it. Let me see what the chat. Let me get it with the chat. I fat fingered.
We got the juice and we got the aid. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know,
I'm supposed to be a Pixel super fan, but they didn't even send me my card or whatever.
Oh, they didn't send you an email for last night's event?
No, but they sent me the email to join and all that, but they didn't send me my, whatever you get after that.
Okay.
That scam.
I enjoyed those interviews she did.
Yeah, it was very yes. It was interesting.
The guy, and what you said about that guy who was afraid of being on camera, the black guy, he was comfortable as all get out.
Oh no, yeah, that was his thing. He was all he was all over that.
Yep.
So yeah, the thing is, I'm doing this.
The diehard Android user to the core from the time I met him, and that's what you're.
I think I'll always be a diehard Android user too. I'm just learning to like iPhone better.
Mike likes
more and more.
Mike likes the chaos, and Mike likes it when the stuff doesn't work. And you
no, it all works. I have no trouble with it.
And you got.
I'm telling you, I can maneuver through Android like nothing.
You're the one that said today in a video that you're on a losing team. You said that.
Yeah, I know.
Mike likes when he goes on Twitter and everybody's like, "I didn't get my update. Try switching and put your T-Mobile SIM in. No, put your AT&T SIM." Like you like that. You like that, and that's all right. After a while, you get sick of it. That's why I'm like,
is he right, Mike?
You have to like it to some extent to deal with it, because that's your choice. You can either go to Samsung. I'm not dealing with any of these issues. I
don't have any problem.
You can go on Samsung.
What phone was that? What phone was that was having trouble getting an update because I switched to SIM card? I switched.
Samsung. It was either Samsung or Motorola, but Pixels do it too. Sometimes you got to put the right carrier SIM or your update won't come through.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but I was on a carrier, and they weren't allowing the update to go through. I think it was on US Mobile.
Mint or something like that,
and then I threw it on my personal line just to get the update, and then I turned around and I had this old ass A21 that was my wife's cousin's phone. And that got the update also, that just blew me away.
I'm glad I stick with T-Mobile for everything.
Who has time? Like after a while, you just want your phone to work. You want your updates to come when they're supposed to. You don't want to hear Google lie and say we're gonna. I was watching. What was I watching? Somebody on YouTube. Google said they're gonna give you 5 years of updates from Google. Why do they keep lying? Google's giving you 3 years of updates.
No. They said they're giving you 3 years of updates and 5 years of.
For every YouTube video, the people are like 5 years from Google. It's not
5 years of security updates.
I didn't hear anybody say that.
No, wait till I find it. There's a video. Okay. The guy said it, and I said, "Why is he?"
Yeah, because on MKBHD today they said the same thing. So you're still getting 3 years. They ought to be ashamed of themselves considering what Samsung is doing for.
Which is another ridiculous. I don't know. Mike.
I agree.
Go buy a Galaxy S27 or 4 or whatever they're on now. Just go buy one of those. You're not gaining nothing sticking with.
It'll be an S23 coming up.
You're not getting nothing. This charging speed is the same. Oh God, Google isn't. It's probably the same cord. Everybody laughed at Apple for selling the little square brick. Google's been selling that same cord for how many years now? Since the Pixel 1. Google, or was it the Pixel 2? Maybe they started that one. Google is
3 OS updates, 5 years security. Yeah, that's what everybody says. Yeah, I haven't heard anybody say anything different.
Tablet. When does the tablet come out? Next year?
Next year, I'm guessing they're going to do it. I'm guessing they're going to have to do it in January because they keep pushing it now.
That's so embarrassing.
But it looks kind of cool. But Big House or somebody said it looks like a.
It looks like a Google Home hub.
It looks like a Google Home on a tablet, and I kind of. Oh no, it was Renz that said that, and I agree.
Come on, give them a little credit. At least they did something before Apple did.
What did they do?
I'm not saying I won't get it. I don't know, but it does kind of look like a Google Home.
Mike, what did they do?
But they came out with something that Apple didn't think of. They got the tablet that goes on there and acts as a Google Home, or whatever you want to call it, and then you can take it off and go through the house, and use it as a tablet to do whatever you got to do on it. It's like
Mike, wait, listen. I live 20 minutes from you. When that thing comes out in 2023, late 2023.
Okay.
Early, I think.
We can go knock on 50 houses and let's see how many people are pushing that thing, carrying it around their house. Nobody's buying that trash. It's gonna die quicker than that computer.
Mike, as long as the iPad exists, that's going to be it.
That's going to be that's just not an uphill battle. That's the roadblock they got to get around. They really do.
Video game thing, and they killed that. That lasted 2.5 years. This thing is going to last about 1.5 years before Google says we're done with it. Because nobody.
I half expect Nest to be going away.
When Will says something like that, how do you disagree with him with Google's track record?
Nobody's even going to know what that thing is. They've sold 27 million pixels since 2016.
Yeah, Ren says the Pixel Tab 2023 looks like a big ass Google Nest Hub. That's exactly what it looks like. It looks kind of cool, but that's exactly what it looks like.
They just had Nest Hubs in the back from a couple years ago, and they were like, "What are we going to do with these? Don't attach them."
They just repurposed their Nest Hubs.
Don't attach them to the stand. You get the box; it's going to be like 2017 on it.
Actually, you said something like that months ago too.
So Will, let me put it this way.
Oh, you know what? My Apple Watch is coming on Monday.
What'd you get?
Which one? Which one'd you get?
The big boy.
You got the Ultra?
If I were
going to you got the Ultra. What the hell? Wait a minute. Talk about. Wait a minute. Why? Why would you get
for him?
Because I'm going rock climbing.
Yeah, I was going to say you're going. You're going rock climbing, Mike. You're going to climb my rock, okay?
He's an extreme athlete now. Come on now.
I like the picture. It looks so nice.
If I were going to get one, I would get that too.
Why? You talk about me, why upgrade? Why get something that you're never going to use?
This one, I'm going to use it.
What do you mean you're going to use it?
I'm going to wear it with my SE, so.
Yeah, well, so what are you going to do with the Ultra?
You mean the other one?
Yeah.
I could have gifted it to you, but you're turning in your Apple Card.
What do you have? The 7 now, Will?
Yeah.
Will,
yeah.
yep. Okay.
Yeah.
What are we up to? 8? Are we up to 8 on this thing?
Yeah.
I
The
got
up
my
to
wife
8 and the Ultra. That's the 2 latest.
Oh, Mike, you're green now too. I got my wife at 8. I just sent you. Look at that band. That thing is amazing.
Where'd you sent it to the wrong phone?
I sent it to the green bubble. That's all you are nowadays.
Oh, look.
That's all you are nowadays, bro.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it was spooling. It was waiting for it to load.
Yeah, you know.
So wait a minute.
Android hasn't caught up yet to messaging. That's why.
No, they did. It's just you guys don't want to just come and join the party.
Okay,
we don't want to fix.
Brian says it. Let Will splurge. He works hard. That's
we don't
true.
want to. We don't want to fix the mess of RCS.
I don't know that they don't want to. I don't think they can unless Apple goes along
with
them,
the thing. Apple doesn't.
Apple is not going to do.
Apple doesn't want to fix it for Google. That's all.
Exactly. I agree.
Apple's like, why should we get involved in y'all mess?
Yeah, that's exactly what Apple's doing. Yeah.
So, Mike, when you get it, you got to let me. I'll play with your Pixel 7.
But Will, if I were going to get a new Apple Watch, I would be getting that same one. But I'm sticking with my SE. So
that thing, oh, Mike, you're gonna love it though. Don't worry. You're gonna turn it on, and it's gonna be the same experience you had the day before.
now, Mike, does the fact that he said he would have gifted the 7 to you make you want to keep your iPhone?
Mike, you're gonna turn it on, and it's gonna be the same experience you had the day before, but your pocket's gonna be a little bit lighter. That's
but Will. Also, I'm looking at it this way. I'm trying to make YouTube content, and I wanted to. Huh?
Go ahead. You wanted to make?
No, I wanted to compare the two phones. I'm considering starting a second channel.
Because I want to trade in, compare phones. Yeah.
And I wanted to compare and yes, I will admit I'm going against my one. I am in a way, and it's making me take a moment and think. Is that I did say that I was just going to stick with. I got the 3 horsemen, as I call it. I got the Pixel, I got the OnePlus 9 with the 888, and then I got the S22 with that.
By the way, I didn't want to mention it on your video, but if you take video from the 9 and compare it to the Pixel, I think the 9 is going to look like garbage by comparison. That's my guess.
The 9 is going to look like garbage
next to the Pixel. Yes.
Well, I mean, I thought the video that I shot.
You need to do some side by side
with
those two. Okay.
I'm just thinking. I got that.
Everything I've seen from that 9 so far, nothing impresses me. But
really,
I have to admit, I am prejudiced nowadays against them. So
OnePlus.
Yeah, OnePlus has nothing for me anymore, and the way that Carl Pei has come out with the nothing phone, every time I see a tweet from him, I just exit out because the whole thing has been so phony.
Well, then you're
what happened to that phone?
You know, I think personally, I think the 9K
on Twitter, and they're still putting out the same garbage every day. You know, about how innovative it is and all. They're saying crap. You know,
because it's got lights on the back.
Yeah, and the lights are cool. I agree. You know, Brian's going to defend Mike a bit. iPhone experience is pretty similar year to year, also.
It is, but listen, that's what I was about to tell you.
Well, no, not since iOS 16 came out.
The new one is different, and the 14 with that thing. But Mike, I didn't even upgrade my iPhone because I'm like Mike, you always say it's software. The updates are software. So I'm like, this year anyway, I'm gonna just deal with the software that I got, even though I do want the little island. I'm not even.
Well, the little island's going to get extra palm trees. Okay,
I love the island. I'm
not even going to upgrade. And to me, that's why I'm telling you that's a better upgrade than going from the 6 to me anyway. From
I agree.
6 Pro
I agree.
To the 7 Pro or from the 6, because at least they did change something major.
And it's innovative compared to everybody else.
They're the first ones to do that.
That's right.
Like,
And nobody expected it either.
When you already know, when you open your Pixel 7, it's the same thing you just had. The exact same.
Mike, I can tell you honestly, when I saw the islands, that was one more little thing that made me love the iPhone just a little bit. That's true. That I have to admit that's true. Now, do I love it over Android? No, but I'm liking my iPhone better and better and better all the time.
You should love it over Android.
No, I'm not going to. So
because listen,
George, but I have to admit, George, I keep liking iPhone better and better.
No, but wait, George, the major difference now, for real, is the fact that on Android you can put your icons anywhere, or you can make a custom icon. That's the only difference. Look at the
as long as the Pixel photography is around, there's some other differences too. But I have to admit, the 14 photography is just as good, I think.
The Pixel photography has like leveled off like 2 pixels ago.
I don't know. It gets better with every single phone, no matter what.
The photography has fell off.
I disagree entirely. Maybe it's not taking huge jumps, but it's always better.
It's not. You can't even say that it's hands down the best anymore. When the Pixel came out, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. That was the reason to buy the phone. Now,
me, the best until the iPhone 14 came out, the best camera this year was Samsung, in my opinion.
Their zoom isn't as good as Samsung's. Google is doing what they did when they came out with the what was that? The Pixel 2, when they were like, we can do it with one lens. It's like instead of upgrading hardware, they keep trying to fix everything with software, and they make you think like, oh well, it is nice that they were able to make the zoom look this good.
I agree with that, but their cameras do always get a little bit better
because they don't have a no. But listen, they don't have a what's that thing? A telescope zoom. But when you're paying the same price and the other phone comes with a telescope zoom, why don't you just get the real zoom?
Yeah,
it don't make sense. You're just going to keep accepting what Google's giving you. Oh, well, because we put one lens and we were able to do this. It's like, so Samsung has a real zoom in theirs, and it's the same price as yours. And they give you more updates. So you would do better buying the
You know what, Will? You know what? You're right. I don't think I'll get the Pixel 7. You know what? I see you on here. Let's see. I see a Moto Edge here. I might just get that instead.
No. You know what just got released yesterday?
Get the Pixel, Mike. Get it. Come on.
The Zenfone 9 just got released in America yesterday. I would get that if I were going to get something else.
Mike, listen. Get the for real, Mike. Get the Pixel 7. Trade in the thing if you're trading it or whatever you're doing. Get that $200 and buy the watch. Get the whole experience. If they're giving you $200 off, you might as well.
How come I'm on Best Buy site and then they're not? I thought they're advertising.
Best Buy, you'll get $100 off of the regular 7. You'll get $200 off the Pro.
Mike, if you trade in your Pixel 6, Google will give you whatever you get for that, and then they'll send you a gift card for $200 or whatever. As soon as your phone ships, so your watch goes down to $150. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I'm not really sold on that watch. You don't
gotta be. That's for your new channel.
For me, the watch is the best thing there is.
You're gonna review it and all that stuff. You got to go all in on Android.
Yeah, even Brian says Will is right. Pixel got great cameras, but everybody else got better to a point where it's neck and neck now. I agree. I agree 100%.
Google couldn't keep up with hardware because they didn't want to raise the price. So they settled with that same camera sensor, and they just keep.
And that's what they're pushing right now. That they're cheaper than Samsung and Apple.
Yeah, because they won't upgrade their hardware. But people would pay, especially everybody buys their phone on carrier. People would pay more money if your hardware was better. If you have better hardware, nobody's going to mind paying an extra $100 because after 24 months.
But keep in mind, Will, the Pixels keep selling better every year, so somebody's buying them, somebody's learning about them.
They sold 30 million phones since 2016.
But look how many more they sold last year over the year before, and this year they're expecting to double that again. So I think they probably will.
I don't think they're doubling it, George.
I think they will. They expect to, and I think they will.
I don't think they will, George, because the phone's not even sold out.
Yeah, well, we'll find out this time next year, but I think
they're not going to tell us the numbers. Hold on, I'll be right back. Mike, are you buying it live on air?
No, I don't know. Now you got. I don't know. Oh, what's this?
What are you looking at, Mike?
Trading values for the Pixel 7 on Best Buy.
Yeah, Best Buy has the best deal of anybody. Yeah, if I were going to get one, I'm probably going to buy my watch at Best Buy. But as far as trading, I would go to Best Buy for that too.
470.
Brian saying they're trying to add some photography features to keep up unblur, magic tension, motion. Yeah, and I think they're doing a good job with that cinematic. I think they're doing a good job with that.
No, they don't have
video. They're just catching up with Apple. You know.
I'm looking here. They don't offer the SE for a trade-in for my SE.
Oh no, you're probably not going to get that.
But what's the name? The Google site does.
Okay, how much?
$290.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No, I don't think it's bad at all. No, I'm looking here. If you had a Pixel 4, they give you $300 for that. Yeah. The Pixel 6 is $470.
Yeah, nobody will give you practically anything for the 5 or 5A, because everybody knows they overheat so bad.
The Pixel 5 is $370.
Okay.
So I wanted to see, because I will admit that whole experience at Best Buy when I did the flip to the S22. So I was curious. I went to see. I see S22 $465 for the S22.
Okay.
But I don't know. I will admit that's a nice little phone.
You don't seem to be using it that much. At least that's my impression.
No, I use it. It's on my work line. I use it 5 days a week.
Okay.
And I complained early on about the battery life and
but you said it might get better, has it?
I think it has. I think it has.
I expected it would,
I think I get through easily a whole day and with some left in the tank.
Good.
So I don't know. Like I said, I gotta sleep on this more. I'm like back and forth. I mean,
Yeah, me right now, I've spent too much money, so the only thing I can afford to buy is the watch.
Go buy it, Mike. Go buy it. You deserve it. You work hard every day. That's what I tell myself.
You deserve a break today.
Purchase. That's what I say. I work hard every day. Go buy what you want.
Yeah.
For real, I wasn't impressed. Like, I was like, every year, I think because they announced it so early, and it looks exactly the same.
Yeah, they did announce it early, and they told us everything too.
And Google doesn't usually do this. Like, they usually don't.
This is very different this year. That's true.
Well, no, the design is the same. The Pixel always changed, so it was kind of like I expected from Apple.
Yeah, but keep in mind the Pixel they didn't change from was the best-selling Pixel they ever had. Yeah. So maybe that's why they didn't change.
You know why they did it, George? Because they're learning from Apple.
That's probably true. That's probably very true.
They're like, people don't want big changes every year. So you might be right. They might sell to people who didn't buy a Pixel. The only thing is the Pixel 6 had a lot of bad press.
Mike, Brian is asking, is it for the channel or is it for personal use?
Oh, it's channel 60%, 40% personal. Okay.
Brian, thank you as always, sir. So very much appreciated.
I'm sorry, I'm now looking online here.
Will, you've got him all confused and can't make up his mind now.
I was hoping Will. I was hoping Will. I will admit, Will finds those deals. Will finds those deals.
The only deal that I know of for the Pixel is that one on their website where they're giving the trade-in, and then they'll give you $20.
And Will, while you were gone, he did say the SC that Best Buy is not giving them anything, but Google is. You know.
Yeah, so trade it in on Google's site or wait until Black Friday. Or you can always go on Visible.
Well, you guys make me glad I stay on T-Mobile.
Visible. I mean, Visible.
Isn't Visible the one that's going up in a couple of months?
Yeah, it's going up.
And do is go there to get the phone. Who cares about what they do with their bill?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, now this is where Will knows his stuff. Yeah.
You go there and get the phone, and then you can, do what you want. If they have a deal, I don't know. Mike, they always have something.
Yeah, I know.
But I would get it. You don't want the watch, so.
No, I'm really.
So if you don't, there's nothing else in the Google store that you like, that you want.
The earbuds I was kicking around.
So look, I love my Pixel Buds. My Pixel Buds Pro, they're awfully good.
You get the
Did
phone.
you see my comparison? They're second best to the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro.
Oh, you got to get the AirPods 2 Pro, George.
I'm probably going to get that in a couple of months.
That's what you got to get. This case and all. Oh, it's amazing. You can just
because I have the original AirPods. I never got the Pros at all.
You just drop it. Oh, George, wait till you try the spatial audio with the head tracking.
So I've heard. I've heard.
Yes, that's what you need.
But the latest Galaxy Buds 2 Pro, they are awesome. Awesome.
No, George, that spatial audio, I'm telling you, you feel like you're right there.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
But I probably am going to get that.
It's so good, George. I'll tell you, it's so good. I don't use 2 earbuds a lot, but when I put them both on, I get confused because the sound is so crazy. Like when you turn your head to the track and change where it's coming from, it's good.
Oh, you're like me. I don't use two earbuds very often either.
Mostly
I use 2 when I'm on this live stream.
I'm
Rest
scared
of the time I tend to use 1.
The noise, you can't hear. It's it's crazy.
Really?
Oh, Brian says Apple dropping the new spatial audio to AirPods Pro 1. Okay.
Yeah, they do have it on They do have it on the first one.
Okay.
Yeah. Mike, I don't know, get it, but you're not gonna get no deal yet. You have to wait until Black Friday.
Yeah, no.
And I'll probably, if I get the 7 Pro, I'll probably wait till Black Friday also.
Do they not take the Pixel 6 as a trade-in, or they do?
They do.
I'm not trading in anything. Period.
How much, Mike? $440.
Yeah, for the Pixel 6 on the Google site.
Trading in, right?
What? It's 6? No, I wanted to keep both.
Why, Mike? Listen, if you
we have something to compare to in a video.
It's the same phone again. If you trade in the 6, and they give you $440, you'll pay. Let's say you get the regular one. What is it? $699.
What are you talking about now?
The 7 is $599, right?
Yeah, $599.
You'll pay $160 for the phone plus tax if you get the standard memory, right? And they'll give you $200 back.
So, Mike, are you thinking of getting the regular one or the Pro?
No, I really like the standard one, the regular one. I like the flat screen.
Mike, you're getting the phone.
I would have to get the Pro.
The phone is free.
How are you going to get it for free?
Because you're gonna pay $440. They're gonna give you for your phone back, right?
Right.
So you get them $160. Let's say you get the regular storage. Then they're gonna give you $200. You put that towards your earbuds. You didn't pay for nothing.
That's true. He's got a point there. Yeah.
You can't beat that. And you got a whole brand new phone until next year. And you got earbuds. And you can always pick up a used Pixel 6 whatever somewhere. I'm sure somebody got it. That's how you got to do it, Mike. You wanted a deal. That's a deal. You get your Pixel Buds Pro and your phone. You'll probably end up coming out of pocket like $30 when it's all done because of tax.
I stepped down for a minute. I don't know if it was answered to.
Yeah.
You think the camera
Yeah,
features?
we were talking about the
would be-
facial unlock
they
and
will
all that
because
stuff.
it's
So
Android.
Brian and I
Somebody will
both think
figure
they
out a way
can.
to do it. Somebody will do it. They'll have a Google camera app, APK on. What's the name of that website? Jeez, I'm out of the loop. I haven't been on.
APK mirror.
Yeah, you'll be able to go on there and wait a minute, George. That guy went from the podcast. He changed. He's on like a different podcast.
Oh, Lou. You talking about Lou?
Who's Lou?
Who are you talking about?
The guy from I think he used to be on Android Central. Is it Alex Doby or one of them? I see.
Oh yeah, he's on XDA. Yeah,
Alex works at XDA now. Yeah.
No, it wasn't him then.
Phil Nicholson works for.
One of them switched.
Yeah, the other one. Oh, yeah, he's on Android Police. Will.
Yeah, him. Yeah. Who is he? I couldn't believe it. He used to be on Central, right?
Oh yeah, Android Central. Yeah, Will. Android Central it just imploded. The only one left is
used to be in charge of Android Central. Yeah.
Yeah. You know it's bad now. They've had no special pixel.
The only one they have left is Jerry. And of course that's the only reason any of us still tune in because of Jerry.
Yeah.
Brian
and there's that Nick fellow, but he's a little snarky. I'm not a fan of him.
And I think Nick is okay. I'm slowly warming up to the girl. Maybe since she got married, I like her better. I don't know.
I ain't seen Gary in forever. What's going on, Gary? See, they gave him money for his Pixel.
Oh, you got 3. Okay, yeah. Good for you, Gary. Now, did you get the 7 or the 7 Pro, Gary?
I know Gary got the Pro.
I'm thinking he must have got the Pro. I'm just waiting for his answer.
Pixel fan.
Yeah, I agree.
Come on, Mike, do it. Your phone will be here next week.
That's true. Yeah, you got the Pro. You're right.
Oh, y'all gonna make me go. Come on, Mike. Let's both do it at the same time.
There you go. Now, Mike, there's an offer.
Yeah, but I know. I'll just get the wrapper off, and he'll be boxing it up to return it.
Well, that's probably true. That is very true.
And by the time I get all the wrapping off, Mike, he'll be on the corner. He'll be on the corner looking for the FedEx truck. It's Daniel Bader. I couldn't think of.
Oh, Daniel Bader. Yeah. Okay, I forgot about that.
Yeah, now he's the big cheese. He's the big cheese at Android Police.
Mike, this is what happened.
What? He's the boss?
Did I think about it? I'm like, I don't want to carry 2 phones.
And what are you going to do? You're going to go and park your iPhone?
That's why I don't do it, because I don't want to carry 2 phones.
See, and I'm so used to carrying 2 phones, I can't carry 1 phone anymore.
I would have did it because I'm like, wow, I would be here on Friday. I could still go, and I'm just.
So when are you leaving for your trip?
The 21st, Friday or something like that. It's in the middle.
How long are you going to be gone?
2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Where you headed?
To Renz's house.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. He is. When I'll be talking to him, it'll be Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon.
I'll have to try to come on. Oh, wait. You got to come on one of those shows, Mike. I'm going to try to come on the stream.
I want you to come on. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I think Renz is exactly 12 hours ahead of us right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll be like Renz. Yeah, Mike, that's my problem. I'm like, and then you know what I think about? I was thinking about it. I said, yeah, the Google features are good, but then I was like, I'll be back to text messages again, and everybody.
Yeah, that's true. You see, you're spoiled now.
Why is it a green bubble?
Mm-hmm.
You can edit them now on iPhone. You can't do that on. A member of Team Pixel told me the 7 is nice. Of course, that's what he's going to say. Tim Cook told me the iPhone is great. Oh, man.
Yeah, I was right. He's exactly 12 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't have a daylight savings nonsense that we have here.
Oh, they don't switch? Okay.
Okay. It's only in America, I think, that we do that.
So no, they do that in Scotland and some parts of England too.
They're behind too.
Yeah. So when we switch, he'll be 13 hours ahead of us then.
I'm team buy your own Pixel. That's right.
What?
Oh my gosh, right? We do need that. Schedule your text messages. The phone is in Best Buy. Mike, you know how you can check it out? Close your eyes and hold that Pixel 6, and it's the same as holding the Pixel 7.
Well, yeah, there's not much difference there.
That case feels so good. Oh, okay.
Especially when you put a case on it.
I know. That's why I'm thinking I even get the white like I want. I just get black because I'm going to wind up getting a case.
You're going to get a case anyway. What's the difference? Yeah.
Mike, that white looks nice. See, I'm about to buy it now just because I want that white. That color is nice.
And you're going to get you'll get the
Pro. A whole 2 days or something like that. Yeah.
That color. Wait
a minute. I just saw Gary. Gary, you're keeping the Pixel 6? I can't believe that, Gary.
That white is nice.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the color. Google does have. They always have a nice. They always.
Yeah, see, I'm doing the same thing. I'm keeping my Pixel 6 Pro no matter what. I'm not trading any of my phones in because I want to be able to compare them.
Yeah, you see, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to.
Hey, Gary, what's the difference? Gary, come on. You got to come on the show. We got 20 minutes. Come on. Tell us what the difference is. The Tensor second chip. What's it called? The Tensor 2.
The G2. They're calling it the G2.
The G2, yeah.
That's Brian's hand warmer. That's my.
Don't do that to me.
No, the 5 and 5A are the hand warmers.
That's a 5A.
Oh, the 5A is the hand warmer.
That's why I got rid of the 5A. So.
Oh man, Google.
Yeah.
Mike, you're gonna make me do it. I'm gonna call you next Friday and send you. I'll just
send
you.
Don't. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. You put me through torture. You get my hopes up. My bubble is the proper color on my devices, and all of a sudden they go back to the other color.
Tell me, Mike. Tell me the RCS got better. Tell me something to make me want to do it.
RCS. Hey, at least RCS is working. That's all I can tell you. If that's better, then fine.
They haven't added nothing to it?
I will admit, though, no, that's the keyboard. Have they added anything?
No.
Let me see.
At the meeting last night, we were told there is a difference. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Google's crazy. Google is crazy. They're trying anything to sell that phone.
But I gotta agree with you. Well, I think they're taking a page from Apple. You know.
Yeah, they are. They're like, look, we could save money. We just use the same design, the same material, paint it a different color, and put what's it called, a metal visor on the back.
Exactly.
That's it. Saving money.
And they're raving about the metal visor.
Apple needs to add RCS. No, they don't.
That's not going to happen.
No, they don't. They really don't. I don't know. They need to add something to it. It's been years now. It's just like basic.
Well, all I can tell you about RCS is it's been consistently working for a while now.
Good job.
That was frustrating.
Because you were having lots of problems. And same thing with Eleanor and I. We both had we'd send it, and then we'd realize hours later we wasn't sending it. That seems to have stopped about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Remember, we were messing with RCS when we had to download that app and go into
the thing. Yeah. And then not far after that,
the original one that told me about RCS.
Yeah, Google finally said, "Okay, we'll
put the hammer down."
Yeah,
Google, yeah.
Just turn Apple text to green bubble. There you go. All right, guys, are we done?
Mike, get it, Mike. Let's buy it before we sign out.
No. Yeah, you got me. I gotta think about this now. I gotta think about this now.
Well,
see, this don't screw me up because I really was gonna think about getting a bigger iPhone.
No,
and
you
just get it.
Now you got some Led Zeppelin. Been
So do it,
dazed and
Mike.
confused
Mike, so
for
do
so
it.
long. It's not news.
Trade in the trade. No, wait, don't do that. Listen, trade in the 6 for the.
No,
7.
I don't want to
He
give up the
wants the
6.
6 to do
I'm not giving no.
Okay, so give up the but let's think about it money wise.
Give
right?
up the One Plus.
If you said
no,
Google doesn't want to
more the One Plus right now. No,
Google's going to
buy the 14 Plus.
Listen, if you
tempted, Rez.
Mike, let's think of it money wise, right? So your original plan before you came on this show was to trade in the SE, right?
Yes.
And get whatever they were giving you and buy the 7.
Right. And then and when I was in there, it was telling me I'm going to get $100 gift card after it ships.
Who says that?
In the site, I'm telling you, you go to
Google.
You mean Google?
Yeah, Google, the Google store.
Oh, because I saw $200.
Yes, and that's clickbait. That's for probably the Pro model.
At Best Buy, it's 100 if you're getting a 7. It's 200 if you're getting the Pro. So I'm not
sure
about Google.
Wait, let me see. I'm on the Google site. Hold on. Let me see what they tell me. Hold on. Let me see. So you tried to get the Pixel 7 because we're trying to save you some money here, Mike.
He's going to come up with the deal now.
Nah, because if he trades in why would you? Oh yeah,
I'm changing. Now you got me.
Yeah, it's only $100. I see it.
Yeah, it's but probably for the Pro you're going to get $200.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, give up the 6 because you're going to put out less money to go to.
But he has a YouTube channel. How is he going to compare it if he gives it up? That's the problem with giving it up.
All he's got to do is just talk about it. Everybody knows.
No. People want to see it.
No, they don't. Everybody knows what the Pixel 6 can do. Google doesn't even sell the Pixel 6 anymore, right?
No,
I haven't looked.
See, you need a 6A now to compare.
Yeah. Don't tell me with that because there are good deals out there for the 6A.
I did hear there are good deals for the 6A.
Very good deals.
People want to see the new phone. The 6 is old now.
The people who keep the 6 who want to see, if there's a feature drop on one, does it change the other, or how does it all react to each other?
Yeah, but let them watch.
I'll be holding on to my Pro to let you know if I get Face ID.
Let them watch somebody else's channel for that.
They can watch my channel.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I don't want them to come to George's channel. I want them to come to me. So I forget, man. It's too no. I like the price of the. No. I just looked it up at a. Wait a minute. Am I going to get the $200? Let me see something. Add it to the cart.
That's true, Brian.
Go to the cart.
There you go. Brian just broke it down for me. You're doing this for YouTube, not to make sense. Exactly.
Yeah, and if you're going to be a YouTuber,
Not straight value of making sense.
You're not doing it to make sense.
You're going to be a YouTuber, be a YouTuber. See, Will is not going to be a YouTuber, so he doesn't care.
George gave us when talking about the OnePlus 9.
I told you how I feel about OnePlus, so he's making.
That's just OnePlus. You're letting OnePlus. You're letting certain things affect your judgment, and that's fine.
For
but
me, the last good OnePlus phone was the OnePlus 7 Pro. Since I got rid of that, I don't care about OnePlus. To me, they're always a disappointment. Ever since then.
Nah.
I remember Rishi tried to push the OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 9, and to me, it just never did it for me. Not at all.
Let me sleep on it, guys. Let me sleep on it. All right. George wants to get out of here.
Sing it, Mike. Let me sleep on it.
Let me sleep on it. I don't want. I hate making these kind of decisions like this. I want to be.
Get the one that you want, Mike. If you want the 7 for the,
you know what? Hold on. Let me see something here.
Get the one you want. Get the 7. Trade in the SE.
Now your SE is saying, "I gotta know right now. Do you love me?"
Yeah.
Keep the 6. Trade in the SE and get the 7 and compare it or whatever.
Let's see.
That'll put you over to 1,000 views, 1,000 followers, subscribers.
I think you already know the answer to that, Brian.
Get a 7 Pro. Get a 7 Pro, Brian.
Although I love my 14 Pro Max.
You know what?
I love this phone.
Get a 7 Pro because in a year and a half, Google will be like, guys, sorry to inform you, we're bailing on the Pixel project. We're going to be refunding all your money.
That would be a good deal, Days, I think.
So Will, I'm at the refurbished site on the iPhone, and I can get an iPhone 11 Pro 512 gig for $829 refurbished.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
It is.
An 11.
iPhone 11 Pro.
11 Pro, there's a difference though.
Yeah, but it's still a lot.
The 11 was a great
512 on in the memory.
The iPhone 11
regular. Oh, it's 512 memory. That's why the
brand new. Well, yeah, that's why.
So with 512 memory, it's probably worth it. Yeah, the 11 was a great phone. I know that.
Yeah, Mike. Look, don't do that one.
Yeah, Brian's saying don't do that.
Don't do that.
Once you get a regular 11, that was a great phone too.
Yeah, it's 500. You're not an iPhone guy anyway, Mike. So you don't really.
See, you're making me feel guilty. I'm going to leave you all alone, Will. You're going to be my only blue bubble.
Listen, you can get an iPhone. Listen, you can get an iPhone. Oh no, because you want the. I'm just looking. They got a 13.
For the money, Mike, I would get the 11 because you're still getting a great phone. Brian's saying just get a 13.
You can get a 13. What is this?
A
regular 13 for it's not a Pro though. You're not going to use this.
No, I'm not going to. No. Look, I get an iPhone 12 for $649.
So get an 11. I mean, get a regular 11.
They don't offer 11 on the website, and I can get I could get 11, but it's only 64 gigs from Metro.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah. I don't trust
get a
Metro
12,
stuff.
like you said, or get a 12. You're just buying it because you want the bigger size and you want iOS. So get a 12. You can get a 128 12 for $649.
Yeah, $649.
Ooh, that white is nice too.
That would be worth it.
I think does the 12 have the Face ID works any way you put it? I think it does.
It works. Yeah, it works.
On the 12,
have mine turned on right now. But yes.
Yeah, you can put it landscape and the Face ID works now.
Oh, okay.
And you can customize your lock screen.
Since iOS 16 came out, that's true.
Yeah. Then
iOS 16 made a huge difference, I think.
Then you just need a watch, Mike.
Then you'll be get the Watch SE. You can't do better than that.
You'll be on your way to the right ecosystem.
See, listen to him, George. Listen to his tone. He's all butterflies and happiness and flowers now.
He's converting you, I think.
No, he played right in my trap.
Your channel views would come up so high because you could compare.
Yeah, because everybody wants Apple content.
Yes, you could compare the iPhone 12 or whatever it was to the.
That's right. The 11 didn't have the Face ID. Okay, yeah, the mask Face ID. Okay.
You can compare it. You can have camera shootouts. You can compare the sensor or the processor of the iPhone versus the. You could be one of those guys who opens the apps and records it when they open. You can be
one of those guys who records it when they open.
They open the apps and then they got the timer and they say this phone
doing the speed. Yes.
Yeah. You could be one of those people. They get a lot of views. Yeah.
$100 they give me for a trade-in on my SE at Apple. $100.
No, yeah. Most places are not going to give you much.
$100? Are you crazy?
Listen, I was
you
laughing,
you should take what you get at Google. It's my guess.
Mike, you know my nephew who never had an iPhone, right? So I text him today. I'm like, you want to get a 7? Imagine my surprise when his bubble turned blue.
Really?
So I told him, I said, wait, why is your bubble blue? He said, because I got an iPhone. He was like, but I want the Pixel 7. He was like, Google's gonna give me, I forget what he said for his Pixel 5 or whatever.
What is his iPhone? Which iPhone did he get?
He got a 14. And then he was like, that's more than Apple will give me. I said, listen, Apple's not going to give you $1 for it because Apple takes nothing unless it's an Apple phone. If it's not an iPhone,
it's $100.
Mike, Apple doesn't care if you try to trade in
a 2-year-old phone.
Trade in a Galaxy S22 Ultra, and they will tell you to recycle it. Apple does not care.
Really?
They have no use for nothing if it's not an iPhone. They don't care about your SE. You're too late with that one. You know what happened? You violated Apple's rule.
Look at Brian insulting you now. Look at that.
You held on to that phone for too long. You were supposed to do it year-to-year upgrade. You lost your value out of it.
Wow.
Hey, but it seems to me Google's still giving a pretty good amount for that SE.
Yeah, because Google's going to sell it to somebody to sell it. Apple's just going to put it on the refurb site.
That's true.
And sell it for double. They're going to give somebody a brand new battery.
I could get more money selling my SE if I bought this iPhone from Apple.
What?
If I sold the SE,
you mean selling your SE on your own?
On my own, but if I sold my SE on Swappa, I probably will get $50 to $90 more.
Mike, you got to remember, when you use Swappa now, you're going to get a nice big tax bill at the end. Once you make too much money on PayPal, they tax you now. Yeah, Swappa sucks. I haven't used that site since they started going downhill.
What's the one that Ted likes? There's one that Ted likes. I can't remember the name of it now.
Mike, just get the phone you want. Just get it. Because you're not going to be happy. Just get it.
I'll be happy. I'm happy with what I have now.
No, but that was your
Except plan. You were complaining about your SE today.
I was complaining. Wait a minute. Let's clarify complaining. I was saying
about the size of it.
The size of it. It gets me every time I type. Every time I type, it gets me. But on the other hand, it's I keep on going back for it. It's nice and compact. You know what it's like to go slide out in your pocket? You never know. There are times I'm sitting down going, "Where's my iPhone?" And I tap my,
I'm hooked on big phones.
You got big hands.
If I were going to buy a phone right now, I'd buy the Asus Zenfone 9.
Just get like the Pro or the standard. I told you, Mike, when you bought that phone, that it was too small. I told you.
I managed to hold on to it for 2.5 years now.
He held on to it for a long time, that's for sure. Although, Will, I have the impression the next time we see each other, he's going to be on a different iPhone, is my guess.
No, Mike is going to be on the Pixel 7 and what's it called? Moto Edge Plus Mega.
Yeah, Moto Edge Plus 2022. This is the high. This is the high version for this year.
Hey, George, how's the updates on that? They've been taking care of it
so far. Yes.
Yeah.
But we keep in mind we're not a year in yet, so you never trust Moto with updates. You know that. Ask me next spring, and then we'll see.
I can't keep up with y'all. Y'all are too much with these phones. I'm retired. Y'all got too many phones, too much switching SIM cards.
Yeah. SIM card. What's a SIM card?
Is all about. Well, I won't be switching SIM cards on this.
That's right, Mike. What is a SIM card? Exactly right.
I was gonna say I won't be switching SIMs on this one anymore.
My nephew said, Mike. He said I want to get a Pixel 7, but this phone has a eSIM. I can't come back.
Yeah. Yeah. See, See, somebody like him, he doesn't have the patience or the withal to go figure out how to move it over and all.
Oh, there are all kinds of videos to tell you how to do it.
They were offering him $400 for the Pixel 5.
Who was?
Google.
Oh,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good, I think.
That's what I told him. Apple will tell you to recycle it.
Nice, Brian. Motorphone going to give you negative stuff. Nice.
People are going to start leaving your channel.
Oh, now come on now. Forbes does pretty good with them. Do a video on it. eSIM to leave Apple.
There you go.
Oh God! Don't worry. Wait till Samsung comes with the eSIM only phones.
Yeah, you could bet now that Apple's done it. They're all going to be doing it. You know that.
And then everybody will love it. This is the best thing that ever happened to phones. The only people that complain are techies because regular people are not switching their SIM card every 20 minutes.
Well, for me, and for Jay Will, switching, turning on the eSIM on the iPhone was a breach. It took me 20 seconds. That was it.
Yeah, but people complain because they want to switch between this phone and that phone.
Oh yeah, and and the techies who travel overseas, especially, they're the ones complaining. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they'll be mad. Yeah,
like Jaime Rivera and TK Bay, they just came back from Germany.
But you just got to go somewhere where they use eSIM. I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Got to catch up. Come on, Mike, do it.
This is
all right, it's 10:15.
All right.
Well, we had the original group back together again.
Yeah. I'll post it. Don't worry. Wait.
Will, I'm proud of you because you really got Mike thinking about it. Good for you.
I was just trying to save Mike some money here. I'm trying to get him to be like me. You know what somebody told me we got to this is what my friend told me. He said we should be happy with what we got because it still works and they update the software. Then you know what he did? He went and bought the iPhone 14 Pro.
Okay, so he went and got it anyway.
You know what he did like a week ago? He was like, I got the Series 8. And I'm like, you were the one telling me that I'm supposed to be happy with what I got, and now you done completely bailed on me.
Here's Brian encouraging you, Mike.
Do it, Mike. This is America. This is America. You don't got to be happy with what you.
Yeah.
Sell your soul to the YouTube. Is that what I've done? Okay.
You always want the next big thing.
Sell your soul to the YouTube algorithm. Yeah. Sell my soul to the YouTube algorithm will be. I'll be doing nothing but Apple content. Okay. Apple as a whole.
Right. That's what you need. Your channel would be huge. You would be getting invited to CES.
Invited? Nobody's invited me to CES in the last couple of years.
George, that's because you got to do more more live content and more.
I keep on hitting the wrong button to go back.
You got to do more live streaming and more spontaneous content.
That's probably true.
What more live content?
No, I said George has to.
For me to get invited. For me to get invited back to Vegas.
Yeah, I'm just saying so you get more subs. Because George, you have all the phones. You have so many phones. You should have 1 million subs.
I've got 3,500, 3,750, something like that right now.
That's crazy. God, YouTube is something.
I still enjoy it though.
Mike,
all right, guys. I'm not going to be surprised if the next time I see Will has already had a Pixel 7 and sent it back.
Will, would you please change your profile on Twitter? Put a face, put Mickey Mouse, put an Apple symbol. Please. Okay.
What's on there?
It's just like you set up an account for Twitter. You dumped your original, then you started a new one. It's all these numbers. I have no idea who this. Sometimes you come on and I'm like, going, "Who's this?" And I go, "Oh, it's Will."
You don't have much.
You got no pizzazz, no nothing.
I'm fixing it. I just
Look,
gotta find it.
Look, I don't know if you can see it. There.
Yeah,
Look at that. Boring. Come on, Mr. Apple. All right, I'm going to change mine to big Android on it or something. All right.
There's nothing there, Will. There's
come on, Will.
Image at all.
I'm fixing it.
You don't even. That's the other thing. I'm surprised. All the stuff I tweet at times, and I'm like, I'm waiting for Will to come back at me. I'm like, going crickets.
He's busy. You got to remember, the guy works forever.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, he's got to have a moment. He's got to have his downtime.
I'm fixing it right now.
All right.
You're waiting.
I gotta find a suitable. Okay, I got it.
He found something.
No.
So see, Mike, you've accomplished something tonight.
Thank God. I mean, I'm surprised it's like they're like Apple, Apple for a face, and Apple and iPhones in the background is background something.
You know why? Because I don't know. I never noticed because I can't see my thing on Twitter. I just log on there and see what everybody posts, and then
Oh, by the way, Will, it's real easy that we'll still have blue bubbles if you just use Telegram.
There you go.
You never message me on Telegram.
Actually, he messages me on Telegram sometimes.
Okay,
I do. Okay?
Hey, he's got a picture, and look what he put. You talk about insult to injury. Oh, look what he put.
Let me see. Hold on.
Hey, see that, folks? He's throwing it in our face.
How could you do that? You got a bottle of apple juice right there.
Hey,
Lies.
Tim Cook is going to slap you upside the head.
Yeah, lies.
Like I said, I won't be surprised if he had a Pixel 7 and sent it back by this time next week.
Mm-hmm.
Google's trying to get me. They're trying to suck me back in.
Yeah.
And then I'll be complaining. I'll call Mike the minute I get it and be like, "Oh my God, Android is so stupid."
Yep.
That's true.
I'll be like, "Oh, I hate it."
Brian says, "Don't worry." He tweet back with his Apple Watch Ultra. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
You said it's coming when?
Monday.
Okay.
Can't wait.
That should be pretty cool.
That
looks like a pretty exciting watch.
And chunky and everything.
Yep.
It's just so big and obnoxious. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah. All right, Will. Let George go. It's getting past his bedtime.
Yeah, I gotta go.
It's getting past mine too.
Yeah, I've got 17 or 18 miles to ride.
Gotta go to work. Okay.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna try to get on the motorcycle too.
Right?
What's that, Will?
Double weekends.
You're crazy.
I'll be mad when I wake up at 5:30.
Keep Twitter on, all right? And I'll message you on Telegram.
Okay.
All right. So will we see you before your vacation?
Yeah, I'll probably be back on. I'll try. It depends because I'm doing these assignments. Like today, I got done my assignment earlier. That's why I was like,
"Oh, okay." That's right. You're doing this school thing again, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm retarded. I'm sick of this already.
Hey, you finished one and jumped right in again.
I know. That's why I'm like regretting it already.
All right, I'm sure you'll do well.
I regret it every day, George.
Days One says, "Have a good night." You too, Days One. Have a blessed weekend. And all you guys have a very blessed weekend. Thanks for everybody that interacted. Right. Thanks for the super chats as always.
Let's see. Well, Mike will probably be busy next week. Maybe we could do 2 in a row.
Okay, that would be nice. That would be nice. Everybody tune in. Let's see what Mike gets.
Well, check my blog. I'll announce what I'm doing by then. Okay, I'll have a definite decision by then.
Days, thank you so much, sir. Very kind of you. Appreciate it.
We got to get Max back on.
Yeah. No. I didn't realize who you're talking about. No.
All right, and you have a great day at work, Renz, and I hope you have a nice, easy day the rest of the day. Okay. All right, guys.
All right.
Hopefully, we'll see you next week. Have a blessed weekend.
All right, George.
And,
all right, see you now.
And as I always say, we all do better when we love each other.